Good morning, students. Today's topic is the continuation of chapter number 3, Nazis and the Rise of Hitler from History. And today's topics are number 1 is Youth in Nazi Germany, number 2 is the Nazi cult of motherhood, and number 3 is the art of propaganda. So, students, in my previous lecture, as I told you about the very cruel nature of Hitler and also cruelty whatever done by the Hitler and Nazi party against the undesirable, and those people were undesirable who were not belong to the pure German race, and also they were handicapped people and colored people and also Jews who were suffered a lot of problems and kind of inhuman behavior by the Hitler's party, and according to Nazi ideology, only blue-eyed Nordic German Aryans were at the top and desirable and had right to survive in the Nazi Germany. Alright, and students, on page number 64 and 65 you can see concentration camp and also ghettos. It means the area or group of the people where Jews were lived, and chair, etc., and places where Jews and undesirable sent for killing or for mass murder. Alright. So, students, in this series, today's topic number 1 is Youth in Nazi Germany. So, students, as I told you in my previous explanation that Hitler was greatly interested in the Nordic Aryan Germans' youth, and he felt for a strong Nazi society could be established only by teaching the children Nazi ideology. So, students, Hitler was in favor of only Nordic German Aryans to teach and to give ideology of Nazi party. That's why many schools were cleansed and purified. It means that teachers who were Jews or seen as politically undesirable were dismissed, as I told you above. And students who were not belongs to the Nordic German Aryans were also dismissed. And first of all, in this series, children were segregated, and German and Jewish children could not sit together or play together. Okay? Because as I told you, Hitler only wanted to those children and youth who were the ideology of Hitler, according to the ideology of Hitler. Okay, so students, the Jews and undesirable children were thrown out of school and later on killed in gas chambers, and only good German children were subjected to a process of Nazi schooling, a period of ideological training. It means in Nazi-based schools, only students learn about the Nazi ideology and so many things and thoughts only related to the Nazi and Nazi party. Okay, so again, school textbook were rewritten and racial science introduced to justify Nazi ideas of race. It means science books were based on the racial science. It means only emphasis on those topics which can clarify that only strong and people who can adopt all the conditions around them had to right to survive. And according to the racial science only, Nordic German Aryans had to right for survive. Okay? So students, in this series, racial science was introduced to justify Nazi ideas of race and stereotypes thinking. It means here the meaning of stereotypes mean discrimination between the high class and lower class, and so students, stereotypes about Jews were popularized and through mass classes, children were taught to be loyal and submissive and hate Jews and worship Hitler. Okay? And students, even the function of sports was based on the spirit of violence and segregation and also aggression among children. And Hitler believed that boxing could make children iron-hearted, strong and masculine. Okay? So, youth organization promoted the spirit of national socialism against the other groups of people among the youth. Okay? So students, according to the spirit of national socialism, 10-year-old children had to join Jung Walk, and 14 years of age, all children had to join the Nazi youth organizations, which is known as Hitler Youth, were taught to be loyal and submissive and hate. And students, here Jung Walk stand for the Nazi youth groups for children below 14 years of age. Okay, all right. So students, as members of Hitler's youth, they learn to worship war, glorify aggression and violence, and condemn democracy and hate Jews and other undesirable people. All right. After that, the youth around the age of 18 had to serve in the armed forces and enter one of the Nazi organization. Okay? And students, the Youth League of the Nazis was founded in 1922, and 4 years later it was renamed Hitler Youth. All right? And to unify the youth movement under Nazi control, all other youth organizations were systematically dissolved and finally banned. So students, on the basis of above explanation, now you can understand that from the childhood of the children, Hitler Hitler was given to them a knowledge and idea of the aggression, and also learn them the idea of hate against the undesirable people and children, and also make them iron hearted and strong, and also according to the division of age group structure, he wanted to teach them different knowledge of Nazi ideology, and also feed them cruelty and fighting to fight against the Nazi party. All right. After that, your next topic is the Nazi cult of motherhood. It means students. So students, according to the Nazi cult of motherhood, children in Nazi Germany were repeatedly told that women were radically different from men, and the fight for equal rights for men and women that had become part of democratic struggle everywhere was wrong, and it would destroy society. This is said by the Hitler and the Nazi party. And as I told you in my above topic, that boys were taught to be aggressive, masculine and steel-hearted, but girls were told that they had to become good mothers and rear pure-blooded Aryan children. Alright? So students, according to the... So finally, in 1933, Hitler said that in my state, the mother is the most important citizen, and girls were told that they had to become good mothers and rear pure blood Aryan children. And also girls had to maintain purity of race, distance themselves from Jews, and teach their children Nazi values or Nazi ideology. Okay? And all mothers were not treated equally, because women who bore racially undesirable children were punished, while those who produced pure blue-eyed Nordic German desirable children were awarded and given concessions. All right. After that, to encourage women to produce many children, honor crosses were awarded, and a bronze cross for 4 children, silver cross for 6 children, and a gold cross for 8 or more children. So students, on the basis of above explanation, you can understand that Hitler awarded and encouraged only those women who were producing pure Nordic blooded German Aryan children, and also those women who have a more number of children which were belongs to the pure German blood were awarded, and those who were having a undesirable child from any another undesirable person, they were punished by Hitler. So students, you can understand that how Hitler was cruel and why he wanted to produce only Germans' pure-blooded children, because he was the conservatives and also following the many black ideas and black magic. All right? And students, all Aryan women who deviated from the prescribed code of conduct, it means those women who were not following the order of Hitler, they were publicly condemned and severely punished. And those who maintained contacts with Jews, Poles, and Russians were. So students, as I told you that those who continue or maintain any contacts with Jews, Poles, and Russians were paraded through the town with shaved heads and black faces. And in most of them, many received jail sentence and even lost civic honor and their husband and families for this criminal offense. And also those women who were maintained any contact with undesirable people, they were moving throughout the cities or town, and also she tortured by the Hitler army and announcing that I have sullied the honor of the nation. All right. So students, that were related to all to the Nazi cult of motherhood. Okay. After that, last topic is the art of propaganda. So students, as I told you that in the Nazi regime or in the Nazi society and all over the Nazi captured regions around the world, Nazi used language and media with care and also show very good language for a great effect on the society and nearby region. And also media was used to win support for the regime and popularize the world view. And students, Nazi ideas were spread through images, films, radio, posters, and very catchy slogans only to popularize the Hitler's ideology and Nazi party around the world, that whatever done by the Hitler and Nazi party, that all were very good and followed by all the countries of the world. Student, whatever I am trying to say to you, that is only for to understand anyhow Hitler and Nazi party dominate or they wanted to dominate all over the world. All right. So, students, socialists and liberals were shown as weak and degenerate and attacked as foreign agents. And whatever propaganda films created for the Jews and also referred them as a vermin, rats, and pests. So, students, whatever ideas spread by the Hitler and Nazi party against the all undesirable people like Jews and colored people, etc., that were shown around the world with the help of ours, which you can see in figure 2.8 or in figure 28, where you can see a Nazi poster attacking Jews. Alright, so students, as I told you, that they are all they were all using language and media with care. That's why Nazis never used the words kill or murder in the official communication. And also mass killing were termed or called a special treatment or final solution, and also word euthanasia for disabled, and for evacuation they used selection and disinfections like word for the killing of Jews and undesirable people. Alright, students. So students, now you can understand that how Nazi ideology and Hitler's thought started to spread in all over the world with the help of media, many posters, and also in the way of art to show the popularity and domination of Nazi party in Germany and in all around the world. Alright, students, for today's that's all, and in my next explanation I will explain ordinary people and the crimes against humanity and knowledge about the Holocaust. Alright, students, thank you and have a nice day.